map so far.
And just that Kutsu play was enough to surprise AP Bren once more. There will be taken out alongside the tier 1 mid lane turret.
It caught him by surprise because even there was delayed on the vengeance.
Oh, and there's the feathered airstrike too.
Oh.
Two of the lot of fans are celebrating at what they're seeing. Oh, and there he goes again, taking out Dare and Kekedot too. Oh my goodness, look at that damage, but the fight is still going on. And the Spear of Destruction doesn't connect and just...
AP Bren doesn't have the right damage to deal with the Barrets, actually.
There's the Cho.
He's back! He's freaking back,
Oh
guys!
my gosh!
Yaoi Cho.
Yaoi is the Cho. Some really important plays all by himself using some... I think before he was known for the Terizla, and now the CC, there are a lot more of possibilities that he could show us with that, but let's see. I hope it's not too dependent on whether or not he's able to do that.
We shall see, we shall see. This time around, we are on game number 2. GameSpancer's running it.
Yaoi's signature pick.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
Look at this Yaoi boy.
Already disrupting and annoying the heck out of James Banks. There's a lot of info for the Suyo.
All right, so that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see with Yaoi. Everyone just loves watching this guy play. And it is very effective. Info gathering early on, just knowing where your opponent is a big deal.
And paired up with the Farsa in the early stages of the game, it could really deal out the necessary damage against your opponents. And this is quite a very similar scenario to what we saw in game number 1. The rotations of AP Bren, they aren't that efficient in the early game. Like, it's slower, way slower compared to how TNC is able to do it.
JM and Lancy.
Oh, Curse of the Crow. Oh, they dive him. Whoa. They get the first blood onto the member who we mentioned should be performing a little bit better in this game.
Yeah, but that's respect by TNC Pro Team. They knew what a CC could bring to the table, what Dare could potentially bring to the table, and they said, you know what, let's shut that down early. Meanwhile, AP Bren has shut down Yaoi's aggressive rotations in the bottom lane.
In fairness, that was a really good answer. At the same time, might have been just like a sacrifice play. Just making sure that you have good gold on your jungler again this time around.
So let's see if AP Bren are able to show us a better control in terms of the early game this time, since I don't think they're being that threatened. They're actually trying to show up a lot more compared to the previous game, but they force out the feathered airstrike early on.
Bit of a miss there on that first one, but did some good damage on Chokester.
Oh, Kekedot trying to interrupt as well. The members of TNC taking down the turtle, but they still secure it for themselves. Lord JM goes in, taunts Kekedot as well. There's some really mad sustain coming in from them, but there is the Avatar of the Guardian as well, and Kekedot will not survive that.
Insane zoning, literally surgical. In that engagement by Yaoi with the Avatar Guardian in the perfect spot to cut off the exit route.
And Zaida also making sure that he'll be able to land his stun. Start here for TNC Pro Team. Everything is going to plan for them, and here comes Yaoi providing the vision again. Again, Farsa, a hero that is famously blind, and Yaoi providing the vision for her.
And they just keep making sure that they know where James Banks is, that Kekedot is really poked down. I mean, he hasn't even gotten his level 4. He doesn't have his ultimate up until now. There's no glorious pathway, probably just now, but there's the way of the dragon. I think he's been the recipient of it, and he will be bursted down by 4 members of TNC.
So aggressive here. TNC just maximizing this show pick and actually boosting Kozen's gold here, as well as the Suyo.
Kekedot way too deep there. Shouldn't have been there without proper help near him. He is up against a Cho, and there is a high risk that if he's caught on the wrong time, he's just going to get picked off. Because if the Cho's there, that means either the Farsa or the Suyo are going to be close by. And so far, that hasn't changed. Zaida, Yaoi, and Lancy have been a hit squad all around the map.
I mean, look at them now. 4 of them once again towards the top lane onto Dare, and there is no way he will get out of that alive.
Yo, they're happening. They're doing this like clockwork. Go bot, go top, go bot, go top. It's uncanny.
Yep, the Yaoi of the Dragon has found itself home. And Yaoi still showing off why this is his hero, why he is the hero or the player most synonymous with Cho.
Cho is him.
Cho is him. And AP Bren are just getting out-tempoed.
Yeah, TNC is very terrifying when they get hold of the early game. They're controlling the pacing and the momentum is clearly theirs, but Chokeskirt, oh, an abyssal arrow to the face. Will Lancey make it out alive? He still has the flicker.
They're low.
But AP Bren might just go for this. There's the Glorious Pathway. James Pans will be able to cast the Hal Electrifying Beats onto 4 members. But there's the sustain still from TNC and the counter Avatar of the Guardian where Zyda still makes his way inside and gets that turtle. And now they're still proceeding with the fight. It seems like James Pans has found his opening. Lord JM, will he be able to survive this? There goes the Yo-Yo Blitz, but they will escape.
I wonder if that was purposeful that James Banks did not use. It wasn't that he could not use it, he didn't use it. So question up in the air of whether he missed it or they just made sure that, you know what, let's just see if we can just go ahead for the counter engage after this turtle instead. But part of me is thinking that he might have missed it, but AP Bren were able to recover just a little bit with getting a kill there.
It's so hard to blame him as well because that is a Suyo. It has multiple layers of damage that you're going to have to play with. And then the fact that you're a little bit behind on level also just doesn't help.
Zyda has pretty much won the Retro Battle for the entire series so far up against James Banks.
Even during moments wherein we thought TNC wasn't able to fully position themselves or comfortably control the objectives.
They're back at it.
So now they're in the bottom lane again.
It's like clockwork. Even with all the traps that is being laid down by Chokeskirt, it's surprising that it's hard to actually read what TNC is doing on the map if you are AP Bren.
I'd like to think that they probably have an idea, but they just can't keep up.
Yeah.
Or you know what's happening, but you can't do anything about it. Something like that.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like that's what we're seeing right now. AP Bren are just trying to find some semblance of an opening. Again, playing it around the traps and the arrows of the Selena. High risk. So far, no reward for the decision to prioritize the Selena in the series.
How do you play against that? There's too much zoning, information. And even when you go for opposite trades around the map, there's Zyda waiting for you. Oh, Avatar of the Guardian onto Dare. Will they be able to pour all of their resources onto him? The Vengeance is casted. There's the Glorious Pathway as well. But look at all the damage coming in from them. But there is mobility. And there is Shizu going in.
Okay.
But
that's scary.
For just a bit, okay.
I clenched. Like Zyda, Shizu, whoa.
I wasn't expecting that too.
Shizu nerves of steel on this guy.
Oh! Wait, no
flicker's
way!
in? Oh my goodness.
Thought we were
What is happening here?
Chokeskirt committed the flicker as well.
We couldn't even see Chokeskirt anymore.
They're all so aggressive.
That's just how much range TNC has. They're just controlling every single area in this map. So it's so hard to find an opening for AP Bren at this point. You can't even get trades in terms of turrets or at the opposite ends of the map.
Lancey has just been on fire with this Farsa, not shy with using the feathered airstrike. Aggressive. If he can build the advantage, he will build it. Only a Starlium Scythe built up so far by the Joy, while Zyda is already up to 5.3k. Not that massive of a gold lead, but he does have 2 items with him with the War Axe and Hunter Strike.
They're losing out on the map control pretty heavily. The only upside I can pick for James Banks is at least he still has access to his buffs.
Yes, so the
at least for now.
The early shutdown on the XP made a huge difference for TNC. But does AP Bren still want to go for this? They casted the curtain call, but they were too far away. And Zyda, just look at Zyda.
It's up on bot. No resistance whatsoever. It feels like Zyda can do whatever he wants on the map so far.
And just that concealed play was enough to surprise AP Bren once more. Dare will be taken out alongside that tier 1 mid lane turret.
It caught him by surprise because even Dare was delayed on the Vengeance.
Oh, and there's the feathered airstrike too. 2 of the tankiest members supposedly are down.
It's good to see him back home, landing those iconic Way of the Dragons and Jeet Kune those flickers from out of nowhere. Yaoi is back in the Philippines.
He is Cho, he is him, and there's just no substituting one of the best Cho players of our time.
Alongside that, the other members of TNC Pro Team have been fantastic as well. Lancey, Zyda, Lord JM, and Kozen. TNC, they are on fire.
I can definitely feel how excited they were to play this way. Yaoi in full control. The Way of the Dragon, as you've mentioned. It's so nostalgic, and I feel like a lot of fans are celebrating at what they're seeing. Oh, and there he goes again! Taking out Dare and Kekedot too! Oh my goodness, look at that damage when the fight is still going on! And the Spear of the destruction doesn't connect and Chop Skirt falls. James Banks as well. Only Shizu's left alone.
They even missed on the Spear of Destruction. Everything is going topsy-turvy here for AP Bren.
2 games, TNC ended up with a very comfortable tempo-setting roam pick for Yawi. Jawhead in game 1 and the iconic Cho in game number 2. And TNC has looked comfortable all series long. Lancy and Kozin with their reach, and Lord JM and Zaida with their perfectly timed entries every time.
There we go, level 15. Zaida hit it at 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
It feels so limiting for AP, Bren. Like, how could you make a play with this lineup knowing that you're playing from behind? There's little to no setups, but for TNC, there are overwhelmingly endless setups coming in from Yawi. And even Lord JM, I don't think we've seen him use the Avatar of the Guardian to start things up entirely. It's always Yawi.
It's for the safety, and it's working out so well for them. Kozin is having a fun time here. Dare is not allowed to play on the map. Earlier it was James Banks who couldn't walk out, it's now Dare. Even with Vengeance, Yawi is just going for him.
And on to Kekedot. Once more, they burst him down. There will be a trade onto Yawi though, but they take out one of their front lines and they gain access to this inhibitor turret. James Banks from behind though finds Lancy. Kozin is able to dodge him, but they will still proceed with the fight. But there's too much damage coming in from those bullets, and they will take down the mid lane inhibitor turret.
As close as possible here. Shizu still fighting about out at the end.
Could this be a triple? And it will be! But he will fall, but that's already enough for the Phoenix Army! They are definitely on the rise, and Zaida makes quick work of the base! The Phoenix Army bounces back and secures their first win of the season!
And it's a 2-0 at that. The Phoenix Army is burning. They are roaring with fire here in day number 2.
May 4, 2024, the last time we saw TNC Pro Team win a series in MPL Philippines.